Oh, hey! Hey, everybody! It's Henry! I'm Mowers and Blowers! Good to see you. Late start again. It's about 11 or so. Like I said, the weatherman was wrong again. He said it was going to be thunderstorms all day yesterday. We had some thunder, a little bit of rain came down. We didn't get any storm at all. Hardly rained at all. Weatherman, honestly. Anyway, as you saw from yesterday's episode, finally got that Turo 825 rider fixed up. And I listed it for sale for $425 just to test the waters, right? And a bunch of subscribers actually told me that they've seen it for like $450, $500, $700 in their area. And I'm like, But I've only gotten like 3 or 4 bites, and of course they're all lowballers. Hey, I'll give you $200 for it. I'm like, I don't even answer them, you know? Anyway, it's a good little mower. I'm going to hold on to it for a while until I get my money, you know what I mean? But I'd be happy with $400, you know? Anyway, that took 3 episodes, but in reality it really wasn't because, you know, those 3 episodes, I had other stuff going on, fixing this, fixing that, fixing the other thing. So I just worked on it little bits at a time, you know. But if I just started from that first day I got it and I spent all day on it, I probably would have gotten it to where it was in 1 episode, you know. It was a pretty easy fix, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so as you know from yesterday's episode, I was going to start this baby up and bring it to the front because I had believe it or not, I had actually somebody interested in it, right? They want to pull a... I forget what it's called, but it's that metal sheet or plastic like rubber mat or something. The kind that they drag on a baseball diamond to flatten out the sand or dirt or something. You know what I mean? You know, dragging that, like dragging a welcome mat around, you know, to loosen up or level dirt or sand, you know, and They wanted it for that, which is perfect. This is exactly what they need, you know. But if it's like in a farm or something, you may need, you know, tractor tires in the back or chains or something like that, but or knobby tires, you know. But whatever. They were going to come look at it, and of course I started this up, but it was running really funny, you know. Almost like it was on choke, getting way too much gas or something like that. So when I shut off the engine, it was just pouring gas out of the carburetor, just pouring. It's a good thing I have a fuel shutoff over here, so I turned the shutoff to shut it off. So I got to fix that thing. I mean, it's a Kohler Command. They're notorious for fuel leaks in their carburetor. They're not well designed. And this, by the way, is a Chinese carb, so I guess the Chinese even copied the leaks too, you know. It's a bad design, obviously, you know, because the Chinese copy everything exactly, you know, for it to work. And it works just like a OEM Kohler Command carburetor. So I'm going to be working on over here. This is a hydrostatic, which means you can't move it, so I got to go to it, you know. I don't mind being outdoors anyway, you know. It's good for the lighting for the video.
Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry! Where are you at? Hey, Henry! Hey, Henry!
Hank! What are you doing here?
What you doing?
I'm just going to try to fix this leak on this carburetor today. What are you doing?
I'm bored with this coronavirus nonsense.
Yeah, well, you know, you should really, like, find a hobby or something like that, you know? Keep yourself busy during coronavirus. That's what everybody's doing, you know? Picking up a hobby here and there, you know? Go chop some wood or something, or go fix something, you know?
You got any machines that I could fix? I don't have anything to do.
You know, you can't fix this thing with me right here because coronavirus, even though you're my cousin, you know, you could still get it from me or I could get it from you, you know, and we can't go see, you know, Mom tomorrow because, you know, you could give it to her, you know. So you got to stay away, man. Go do your own thing. Go find something to fix.
Don't worry, I won't come close.
Well, You know, I do have that Craftsman Mulcher 22-inch push mower that my friend Andy from Jericho gave me. You want to go look at that?
Oh, that's great. So I'm gonna take it home with me, okay?
Just fix it in my garage. I've got all the tools over there. I'm not even going to be around there today. I'm just going to be around here. So just go fix it in my garage. You can use all my tools and everything. You're going to fit that damn lawnmower in that little red hatchback you got anyway.
Ah, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna fix it in your garage, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. You know, you read all those science magazines and watch those shows. Maybe you know. He actually is a pretty smart kid. So look, I found this thing in the gas tank of the other Scots the other day. What is this?
That's a fit fuel catalyst. You put it in your gas tank with another one. You need to use two, and it's supposed to increase your fuel economy. Acts like a stabilizer too. Can I have it?
Yeah. I don't want it.
Okay, bye.
He's a little slow, but he's actually very smart. That'll keep him busy for a few hours for sure. So, unfortunately, this is just like one of those MTD tractors where the side panels are in the way of working on it. So you got to remove the side panels. It's a pain in the butt, man. Just got to do what you got to do, right? Oh, so listen. I don't know if he's going to record his fix and stuff, but it would really make him happy if you started following his channel. I know he doesn't really video that much, but just press subscribe. Help him out, you know. He's a good kid. He's got like 100 or so subscribers, and maybe I'll post his video for him to give him some more exposure, you know. So I'm going to take this panel off, take the carburetor off, and see why it leaks so bad. So you got to remove like this 1/2-inch bolt on the front part here, a 3/8 on the other side, and it's held together by like these wing nuts, whatever. But this joint over here for the hinge of the hood is there. It's a 3-point thing, so once you take this off, it crumbles all down. I thought it would be easy to take off. Come on, man. Jesus. Holy cow. Why? Why can't they just make a one-piece hood? For goodness sakes! Holy cow. Oh, man. What the hell? How did I even get this in here? Oh, man. Jesus Christ. The air cleaner cover off. Air filter. You know what's going to happen? When I'm done with this and I go see what Hank's doing, I guarantee you that entire garage is going to be in complete disarray. Guarantee it. Let me go tell him to go wear some of my clothes because he's going to get completely messed up. There's two 10mm nuts. Kohler uses 10mm. Just to be different. Or just to copy Honda. Breather hose over here. Gasket over here. It's all wet from gas. It smells like gas. And this thing actually just comes off like that. So we have the fuel shutoff on, right? So I'm gonna disconnect the fuel line from the carburetor. Weasel it off. Carburetor pulls right off. Got to be careful not to break it because this choke lever here, right, the choke thingamajig, it's plastic. Come on, man. It's a Z-bend. And there it is, just leaking gas all over the place. So I'm going to remove this nut. You're a nut. Oh, they decided to use a 1/2 inch on this one. La-di-da. Let's see why this needle doesn't seat. Let me try something first. Let me blow. Blows easily. But then when it's upside down, mimicking that there's fuel in there, full, right? Well, it seems to work. But I have no idea why it was, I mean, the gasket's a little off. You think that might be it? I doubt it. Gasket looks bigger than the hole, you know what I mean? So it's tough for it to be perfectly on here, you know, because it... Ooh, that looks good. I mean, it's a brand new carburetor, you know what I mean? So I don't really know why it doesn't seat. But the gasket looks too big. You know, it's super loose on here. So maybe it was leaking through the gasket. You know, the bowl. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe mommy knows. Yeah, that just doesn't seem right. I'm going to put this back, connect it, turn on the gas, and see why it leaks. So I put the bowl back on, and then as soon as I turn the wrench to tighten the bolt, the gasket breaks in half. It's like in pieces, you know what I mean? So maybe it was the bowl nut gasket that was bad, you know, because it's like so soggy and soft and just trashed, you know? I gotta go find myself a new gasket. So I got a new gasket for my bin of parts. Looks exactly like the one that I need. Same diameter. Got it back on the bowl. It's nice and tight. Let's see if it leaks. So we're going to mimic this being back on the machine again. This, by the way, is an inline filter. I found it somewhere. Alright, so look. Let's see if I have gas in here, or did it leak all out? Nope, there's gas in here. So I'm going to release the hounds. Fuel shut off, back off. And it should be filling with gassage. We want to do it around the same level as what it's supposed to be. So far, so good. Don't see any leaks yet. What if I tilt it? Will I see gas? Yep, I do see gas. Okay. It's not pouring out like it was before. Well, alright, so I'm going to turn the shutoff back off again, or on. It's always been confusing. Let me put this back, the Z-bend, onto the throttle. choke lever. Test it. Choke works. It doesn't really release though. That could have been a problem. Yeah. Uh-huh. This hose here gets in the way of the choke lever. That's why. I might have to reroute this because this is not a good place. Unless I push it out more like this. Now, does it get... Okay, choke works, and it disengages. So, you know, that could have been it too, is that the choke remained on. Alright, I'll put everything back together again. Alright, so I put it together. The fuel shutoff is off, so fuel is flowing. And I don't see any leaks so far. That linkage was a little caught up, which maybe it stayed on choke that whole time. I'm not sure, but it's on choke now. I'm going to start it up. So it doesn't start easily, and then it wouldn't start at all, and then the battery was drained because it was cranking and cranking, but it wouldn't turn over. So finally I had to jump it with another battery, sprayed some go-go juice in there, and it started. But I think I need to do the valves. It doesn't start easily, and I don't think I've ever done the valves on it. So I'm gonna drive it over to the nearer to my garage so I can at least put jumper cables on it, you know, a charger to it. Let's see what happens. So I've got it parked in the back over here. I fixed that muffler thing. I found some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a lever thingamajig, and you see it? There you go. So I attached it onto the muffler and onto there, so it holds the muffler up. It was slipping down. So I can't do the valves now because you need to have it cold, you know, so it's too hot to do the valves now. The metal has expanded, so it's going to be off. You won't get an accurate adjustment with that. I'm going to go put a trickle charger onto the battery. I just tested it when it was running, and it is indeed charging. It's just hard to start, so it drains the battery, you know. So I think we need to do a valve adjustment because I don't think it's ever been done on this before. As a matter of fact, I don't recall doing it in a long time, so I'm going to go and check the valve clearances, the air gap specifications from Kohler. So I got a trickle charge going on here and waiting for the engine to cool a bit before I start doing the valves. So I decided that it was a hot day, as it has been, with no rain. I decided to turn on my sprinklers and adjust the heads a little bit, you know. And then when I got to this area over here, I'm going to leave you over here so you can see what I'm talking about here. So this is very unusual. So there's a sprinkler head there, right? And I was walking by. Holy cow. This is no good. I've got a water break here in the sprinkler. So, you guys want to ask me if I've been having fun? Just picture me covered in mud. Okay, that was me. This is an intersection. There was an intersection. Pipes rolled around here and joined another set of sprinkler heads. And that joint was loose. Over the years, the ground shifts, right? And there was a bunch of rocks right near those pipes. So when the ground shifts, the rocks move the pipe and moved it so much that it came loose from one of the joints. So I had to remove the rocks. I had to kind of stretch it with another set of hoses that I adapted, cut it, and then put some hose clamps on them, and it stopped it. So then when I turned it on and tried it, right, all my sprinklers were shooting further than normal because the pressure is better now. So I had to adjust all the sprinkler heads. So a few hours out of my day doing this, and I haven't done my valves yet, which I'll do now. Hey guys, so forgive me of my bare-chestedness, but it is so hot it needs to be done. Anyway, so I was just looking up the valve clearances for the Kohler Command, right? And I've been getting a lot of conflicting information. So I've seen it at 3 1,000ths, and I've also seen it on a manual that says it's 7 1,000ths on the exhaust and the intake. But then I read upon some people saying that the vertical shaft commands, right, 15 and higher, up to 20, I guess, they say that they have hydraulic lifters and that there's no adjustment and you can't do it without like a factory press or something like that, pushing down something to have it bleed the hydraulic. I mean, that's a little beyond me, you know what I mean? So maybe you guys could shed some light on it. So this engine is a model CV15S, okay? Spec number 41556. So look, battery's been charging. I'm going to put it to full choke. I'm going to turn it. You know, it runs pretty good, but this carburetor is a non-adjustable one. Can't really do anything about it, you know? But you know, it runs pretty good for a hauler. Until I get some clarity, I'm going to have to go and watch some YouTube videos on how to do a valve adjustment on the 15 Command, you know. I don't remember if I've ever done it before. But I don't think I'm going to do it today. It's getting late. I've spent most of my day fixing a damn sprinkler, you know what I mean? But it doesn't leak anymore. And I gather it was from the bowl gasket was leaking. So it doesn't leak now, and it starts. Starts on choke. So if you guys know how I can set the valve lash on this, please let me know. There's the label. And I'm going to call those people to come back and take a look at it because it starts and runs. I'm going to put the side panel back on. And I see that my cousin Hank has left. That red car is no longer in the driveway, so it looks like he took off. Looks like he did a great job here. He said he was going to send me the video later so I can attach it to mine today. But he's got the recoil starter and the rope fixed. I guess he cleaned the carburetor. He's got this. Didn't have a cable. But he concocted a Troy-built true variable speed. This is for the self-propulsion on a Troy-built push mower or self-propelled mower. And I guess that was the only cable he could find around the garage. He put it on for the kill bail handle switch, you know, and it seems to work. I did have a dipstick and a cap for him already. I guess he found a new air filter and he put it on. But it looks good. I'm going to watch the video later, see if it starts. So while I'm waiting for my other camera to charge its battery, I decided that I would mess with this Craftsman 22-inch mulcher. The one I got from my friend Andy from Jericho. As you know from my last episode, I didn't have a dipstick, didn't have a gas cap. The ignition coil was busted because the wire was cut or something. I found this ignition coil. I took the top cover off as well as the gas tank. In the gas tank was that thing. That's the vent for the cap, which is missing. I put a rope and pull start into the recoil starter. That's the gas tank. I sold that on eBay. It's a Murray battery box, 20 bucks. Like I said, the primer bulb seems pretty good. So I took the bowl off just to see if I could salvage it and do a quick and dirty. But then looking over here, the needle is fused inside the canal. It doesn't even move, it's all rusted. So I have to remove the intake manifold, clean the carburetor, put the ignition coil in, air gap it, get a cable for it. But I do have a gas cap, a gas tank, a dipstick. I fixed a recoil starter, and maybe I'll get it going today. I just rebuilt this carburetor, took it apart, cleaned it. I put a new seat in there. I have these kits here. Torch tip cleaners, seats, clean the bowl, clean the nut. So I put the carburetor back on. I think it's going to work. I put the linkage on. Seems pretty smooth. I'm going to air gap the Magneto now.
Put a business card in between the flywheel and the Magneto. Have the magnet on there so that it's stuck onto the magnet. And then just tighten them down. Connect the boot onto the spark plug. I don't have a cable though long enough, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get it going. Just put the top cover on. These bolts on. Secure the cover. Some 3/8 bolts, put the back ones on. Now the recoil starter. 2 1/4-inch bolts. Technically you can put 4, but this only came with 2. And the gas tank. To place the gas tank onto the engine cover. Dipstick. Don't have oil in here, there's no oil. Oil in it, but I have to find a cable for the kill. Just disconnected it here. So I need a cable that long. The ones I have are too short. While this lawnmower looked really good condition, it's got all kinds of things wrong with it. Look at this blade. It's terrible. Gotta go find a 22-inch blade that's not out of control. But I still don't think it'll work because I don't have cable. Okay, put everything back. I think I got it going on. Just putting a new filter on here. Put oil in it. Got this handle from a Troy built that had a long enough cable. How about that, huh? Cool. It doesn't leak, which is amazing, you know? Changed the blade under there. Did a lot. Put a gas cap on, put a dipstick on, put some oil in it, cleaned the carburetor, fixed a recoil starter, adapted the kill handle from a bail handle to a lever handle from a Troy built self-propulsion system. Looks pretty good. Works pretty good. I'm gonna have to bend this a little bit because it's a little towed out. But all in all, pretty good fix on a push mower, you know? Anyway, thanks for following me on today's episode of fixing this push mower, Craftsman, 22-inch Mulcher with a Tecumseh engine. With all kinds of parts. But it looks pretty good, actually. Thanks to my friend Andy from Jericho for giving it to me. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.